Sound. So I'm just going to be talking to Inspector Dave Gaskin, and he's the area commander for Mid South Canterbury. Yep, all good. So cool. I'll just let them know. Hang on. Thanks, mate. Sorry, guys. I'll just. I hope it is. Oh, hi, Alex. It's Colin here. Hey, listen, we're going ahead with the stand up now rather than waiting for three. So, master control. Yep, master control's got it all turned on. So we just need. Okay, so are you okay if we start right now, or do you want me to hold it off for a second? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, great. Thanks. Bye. Great. All right. Cool. Good. All right. We're all good. You kick it off.
Well, first of all, Inspector, could you just tell us what you can about the two victims, whether from
From what I understand, the two victims are guides, mountain guides. They were both working with a client. They left the hut this morning approximately 2 a.m. to climb Mount Hicks. They reached the summit and descending when they're coming down what appears to be the West Ridge or the Southwest Ridge at approximately 6 o'clock this morning. They've been engulfed. All three have been engulfed in an avalanche. They've all been buried, but the client, luckily enough, has managed to get sufficiently to the top. She's managed to get out. The other two were trapped under the avalanche. A beacon, personal locator beacon, was set off by the client, and the search team were dispatched, arriving on the scene approximately 7:30 this morning. Sorry, an hour and a half after the incident. They located the two victims. They did CPR and worked on them for some time, but unfortunately both passed away.
right? Male, female?
They're both male and they're both in their 50s. I can't give you at this stage their names. Both are New Zealand residents, but both overseas people, and we've got to notify the next to come before we release the name. I'm not exactly. I think they might be from Germany, but that's as much as I know.
And you talk about the CPR was performed on them, so they weren't killed.
I think they worked on them for some time, as they would normally do. I think one of them was probably killed pretty much instantly, and the other one probably perished before the team got there. But I think it's one thing you do is until you get a suitably qualified person available to declare life extinct, you keep trying, and I hope that you might have that out. I understand they are being transported from Reiki Mount Cook National Park through to, will go through to Christchurch for an autopsy there.
In terms of Joe, sorry, the survivor, can you just talk us through how she survived?
Yeah, the survivor was a woman, Jo Morgan. She was in the process of climbing, I understand, climbing the last of the 20 peaks over 10,000 feet in New Zealand. Mount Hicks was the last one. She has been roped to the other two, I would presume, and I'm only presuming that she was in the middle of the rope as the other two were guides. And she's understood that she swum through the avalanche, which is a pretty standard technique for trying to keep this close to the surface of an avalanche as you possibly can. And she's managed to, I think when the avalanche ended, she sort of had one arm or both arms out of the snow and managed to get out of the snow and then set off the alarm.
How important was her having that beacon and being able to set it
off? Absolutely vital. I can't stress the importance of personal locator beacons. The upper Everest ice shelf is extremely isolated. It's a wilderness area. Helicopters do not fly in there unless it's an emergency situation. So had there not been the beacon, they would not have been found as quickly as they were.
And minus the beacon, you able to estimate how much time she might have had, how long she might have lasted at those elements?
Oh, no, without speaking to her. I understand she was uninjured, so she may have been able to do it. They were well equipped. They had all the gear, so she may have been able to extract herself eventually and get back to the hut where they were based and raise the alarm through the Department of Conservation radio system. But once again, that would have taken some time, and it would have been the chances for the other men surviving would have been less than what they.
Did she make her way back to the hut?
No, she set off the beacon where she was, and the rescue teams flew to her about an hour and a half after the accident.
And how was she doing?
From what I understand, she is extremely upset, as you would expect. It's a terrible tragedy for her to be involved in. But I don't believe she's injured in any way, and she's actually left the area and headed back to Christchurch.
Warnings about the avalanche risk weren't there?
I think the weather's been particularly bad. I think in any area in Aoraki Mountain Cook at the moment on the high mountains, avalanches are a constant threat. We've had a lot of really cold weather with a lot of ice and recent snow. And recent snow sitting on ice always makes avalanches even more frequent. They took a chance, and unfortunately it didn't work.
Should they have been up there in those conditions?
Yeah, look, climbing mountains is an extreme sport. There is an element of risk. These people are well equipped. They are really, really experienced, and they know what they can do to minimise the risk. They've done so, and on this occasion, the mountain was beaten.
How hard was it for the rescue team to get in there?
I understand the rescue was relatively straightforward. They flew right to the scene, and obviously they dug the people out of the snow where they're still in the snow, and managed to get them down. But it was, from what I understand, a reasonably flattish area.
Do we know how deep they had to dig?
No, I don't. Sorry. They got them out reasonably quickly, so I suspect it wasn't too deep.
Just quickly again on that snow, do we have any idea of how it was triggered at all, or what may have contributed to that?
No. Look, the avalanches can be triggered for a myriad of reasons. And we can surmise what they may have been, but without actually being possible to say.
What effect has this tragedy had or will have on the climbing community, not here in New Zealand, but also around the world with these guys?
I think locally the guardian fraternity is a very small group of people, and it is going to have a dramatic effect. Obviously, with the helicopter crash a couple of weeks ago, the Department of Conservation group is reeling the death of their staff. These guys, although not employed by the Department of Conservation, are well known through the Aoraki Mountain Cook National Park and in other climbing areas. So it will have a dramatic effect.
Why did the helicopter have to come to get to them?
In view of distance, I wouldn't be exactly sure, but they've flown from Glen Tanner Airport and picked up the climbers or the rescue team from the emergency service building at Aoraki Mountain Cook, and then flown up the glacier, it's probably a 30-minute flight.
Again, is this route they took common for months?
No, not many people climb up. A lot of people climb the mountain, but not many people climb in that area because it's a wilderness area. To get to Empress Hut, which is the only hut up there, takes between 12 and 16 hours walking. So it's a long way in a high altitude area.
Just to clarify, they were very well equipped.
Very well equipped, extremely well experienced, and just unlucky in the situation they found themselves.
How lucky is Joe Morgan to have managed to fight a way out of this avalanche?
Well, the fact that 2 people have died, I think, indicates how lucky she is. She's obviously had a real good presence of mind. She's followed her training and acted accordingly, and that is really the only reason she's alive.
She was flown to Christchurch Hospital. What was that for?
I don't think she went to the hospital. I think she just went back to Christchurch.
In terms of so these bodies have been recovered and Joe's back to Christchurch safely. What's next in terms of police involvement?
The police will carry out a full investigation. Obviously, we will interview everyone involved, and then we will refer them out to the coroner, and the coroner will, in due course, determine the reason for the accident.
Just for background, resources, what resources responded to this?
Obviously, ambulance, Aoraki Mountain Cook Department of Conservation staff formed the rescue team up there, so they were the key in actually retrieving those bodies. From what I understand, they've once again done a fantastic job, and I can't speak highly enough of their expertise and skills. And also there are police officers, and there are police officers up there at the moment carrying out the relative inquiries.
And just quickly on the victims again, do we know where they were based in New Zealand?
I understand they were both based in Central Otago. Okay, no worries.